Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon. Welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me today is T-Money.
If you smell what the lion's cooking.
Today we are going to cover February 24th of Monday Night Raw and the 26th of NXT. Y'all ready? Let's go. We start off the show with Randy Orton once again for the fourth or fifth umpteenth time trying to explain himself as to his actions, and he's not going to apologize. So here we go. We got somebody else instead of poor Matt Hardy. About to say Jeff Hardy. We have the Kevin Owens coming out stating that he is saddened to know that his dreams, as well as anyone else's, to actually get the chance to wrestle or be in the ring, get fisticuffs with the rated R superstar, Canadian superstar Edge. And now Randy Orton's took that dream away from them when he decommissioned his ass. How you feel about that?
I'm glad Randy Orton is talking trash to Kevin Owens. I like Randy Orton better than Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens sucks.
Well, in this case, we would have Randy Orton going up against Kevin Owens for that main event. That's what the start of it was for. And that's the first part of the show. We got the first match. Let's go.
The first match?
Yeah, you just passed it. Then you're going back up. Okay, you go. Keep going. Keep going. What the heck?
That's it?
Right here.
Oh, I was up there at first.
Yeah, that's just a commercial.
I was up there where it said...
Yeah, that's last week. Look at that. February 17th.
I was up there where Angel Garza...
Yeah, I waited for you to say it. Say the match, my brother.
Angel Garza versus Humberto Carrillo.
There you go. In this match, we would have, once again, the rivalry between cousins. Of course, affiliated with Angel Garza is the manager, Zelina Vega.
You know, you do kind of look like Angel Garza a little bit. I just noticed that the face a little bit.
I got Hispanic heritage, but nah.
The face a little bit.
Nah.
Keep the hairstyle and the mustache. You do like him.
And how come I don't get the ladies like him? I don't play with women's hearts like that. That's why.
He's not getting. He got a business manager.
No, he goes after women too.
Yeah.
Okay, this is weird. Anyway. In this match, we would have Angel Garza getting the drop on his cousin, ultimately in his victory. So, this is another ones up on his cousin Humberto, and it's looking good for him as far as going back to the NXT Cruiserweight title or a title shot for... Actually, I don't think they'll do that because Andrade is being managed by Zelina Vega as well as Angel Garza. So I don't think there's going to be a title shot between the two unless they make a rivalry.
He's already suspended for 60 days.
Yeah, talk about that. Talk about that, my brother.
Andrade has been suspended for violating WWE wellness policy.
And that would be...
I guess he did something that he shouldn't be doing. That's all I can say.
With that, we have the next match. See anything back there? Nope. Go ahead, but...
Ricochet versus Luke Gallows.
Courtesy of last week, about to say lack. Last week with Ricochet going up against Carl Anderson. The fact that he didn't get to fight AJ Styles last week. He also gets to fight the other half of the Good Brothers or OCs or Clip or whatever the hell you want to call them. Luke Gallows ends up taking him on, and Ricochet fights him tooth and nail. And I don't know if he did this last week because I said he did the 360. So if I paid attention to how he finished him this time around, and he hit him with the shooting star press. That was interesting. Just went flipping backwards in the air and then landed on him. Also, I have to apologize on both me and Xavier's behalf. We thought because of last time they had the Super Showdown, it was in Australia, we thought they were doing it again. Nope, they're going back. Same with Crown Jewel, they're going to Saudi Arabia. And the trophy that is in there isn't going to be like we said. In Australia, it's going to be a mountain that's in Saudi Arabia. Their pride and joy and symbol known as the Twig Mountain. It's not spelled, Twig, twig, but it's spelled in their modern language that pronounced in the English language, if you spell it out, sounds like twig. Twig. Call it. So that trophy will be in online, and the lineup is interesting, bro. Who do you got? Because we got United States champion Andrade. We also have RTruth, Erick Rowan with his weird-looking creature in his cage, AJ Styles, as well as Bobby Lashley and Rusev. Who you got winning that trophy in this six-way battle?
Well, Andrade got in trouble for showing up there.
So that's the thing. He's still being put as contender for the match. So he will show up.
Well, if 8 days had been lifted, though.
But it was technically the show already aired, so we'll have to wait and see if he did show up.
No, well, they said he did, and he got in trouble for that, violating his suspension.
Then why the hell did they put his ass on the freaking match? They should have replaced him already. That's their fault too.
I don't know why. They said how they always make mistakes.
No kidding. This is one hell of a mess up, bro. That's what I'm just trying to point out. All right, next, what's on the list?
WWE champion Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman talk about the match with Ricochet.
Pretty much sums it up. Paul Heyman is just speaking out spoilers, saying that no matter who or what, and if some miracle that Ricochet does win against Brock Lesnar, there will be hell to pay for that. And that Ricochet doesn't have a ghost chance in hell to be able to actually beat Brock Lesnar. Just pretty much sums it up. Also making jokes saying something like, his aunt having balls would make her his uncle, but she doesn't, so she's not. I'm like, what? Even Brock Lesnar's cracking up like, what kind of explanation is that? In which case, since Carl Anderson got his ass whooped by Luke Gallows got whipped by Ricochet, and AJ Styles showed up, it would ultimately get so fed up that all three members would see Alistair Black passing them by, not even giving him a glance, to a point that they look at him and say, look like you bad, and they just jump him, basically, taking their frustrations out on Alistair Black, who's mad as hell and is scheduled to fight once again. Go ahead, bro.
Alistair Black versus Erick Rowan.
In this match, Alistair Black is showing fatigue after the fact he just got whooped by all three members of the OC. Erick Rowan does not miss on this opportunity to showcase his strength, throwing Alistair Black all over the arena, in which case at one point he's about to hit him with a full tackle. Instead, Alistair Black dodges and he hits the stairs, which holds his little critter, wherever it may be. He's apologizing and it almost falling out of a 10 count. By the count of 9, he got in to not get 1, but 2 black masses. Roundhouse kicks. Once again, putting out the big redwood, I will call it. So that's 2 wins for Alistair Black against Erick Rowan. Next.
Bobby Lashley versus RTruth.
In this match, it was actually the return of RTruth TV. But Bobby Lashley and Lana had other plans, considering that Lana wanted the match. Bobby Lashley knew that, RTruth knew that Bobby Lashley is his competitor at Super Showdown out of the 6. And as well as the fact that, He said it, not me, that he knew that Bobby Lashley was big and didn't want nothing to do with it. Okay, I'm not going to be getting there. So in which case, Bobby just wanted to talk and interview. I keep saying Bobby. RTruth wanted to talk to Bobby, but Lana said, "Bring the bell! Bring the bell!" I'm like, shut the God, woman, shut up! I hate that kind of woman that just whines.
But sometimes that turns a man on.
Not me. That turns me off. I'm like, this makes me want to shut that woman up, lay my hands on her, and just in the violent ways, just
you
shut up.
You be like, ooh, my woman's a badass.
She ain't no badass. She's a loudmouth complaining. Ain't gonna do nothing.
Where she talks.
A whining, crying little baby. In which case, in this match, of course, Bobby Lashley takes care of RTruth pretty easily, and it's not looking too good for RTruth going in at Super Showdown, which, again, was today. I have to watch it when I get home. It doesn't say here. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have an interesting thing. On Monday Night Raw, we had the contract signing for the women's Elimination Chamber being, and I like this, your boy, one of his favorites, Jerry the King Lawler, went and messed up saying for the Raw women's title, for the opportunity at the Raw women's title with the contract on the line. I was like, he made it sound like the title was on the line. They're like, there's no Becky Lynch. That's WrestleMania. In which case, we would have the competitors already in the ring. We would have all three former Alliance members of the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan. We would also have confirmed now, I thought it was Kairi saying, nope, it's Asuka, as well as the Queen of Black Hearts, I guess you call it, right? Natalya?
No, the Queen. No, you call it not Black Heart. You call her the Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Got it. I was Queen of
Black
Hearts.
She's using the same thing her Uncle Owens said. Because on Heart was known as the King of Hearts.
And yet, during this whole thing, Shayna Baszler was nowhere to be seen as the sixth competitor in this Elimination Chamber coming on March 8th. And Asuka was livid to the point that she was counting that there were supposed to be 6 competitors. And she's counting in Japanese, 5. Where's Shayna Baszler? So every one of them starts signing the contract, one after the other, starting with Asuka, then with Sarah, then Natalya, and then Liv Morgan, who personally handed a contract to her bitter rival, and even Sarah Logan, being the third former member, is on edge. Like, we gonna go? Let's go. Like, she's getting ready to brawl too. Like, what the hell? How did she get mixed up in this?
Because she's got Ruby Riott's back.
No, she's ready to brawl too.
No, but did you see how Liv Morgan was getting ready to attack Ruby Riott?
Yeah, Sarah Logan.
Sarah was about to get in there.
Like, you gonna drop? I'm gonna get in that.
No, she was getting there, and that's what she said on her Twitter. She was gonna get in there to help Ruby Riott out.
Oh, so she's on Ruby's side.
Yes.
Damn. In which case, while this was they had a nice little face to face. Here comes Shayna Baszler's music, and she enters from the back area. No Shield style. It's like she just comes to the crowd, enters the ring, and then signs the contract, making it official. And she locks eyes with Natalya, of all people. And one person doesn't like it. It's Asuka, who I can point out because I've watched NXT since Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe's second round. That's when I first started watching NXT. And never has Shayna Baszler, when she first showed up, ever fought Asuka. And Asuka got in, shoved Natalya, and got in the face of Shayna Baszler. And then it became a one-on-one fight between Natalya and Asuka, and Liv Morgan just flies out, tackles Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan just grabs her and then try to separate her. And the fight cannot be contained between Natalya and Asuka.
Well, here's the thing. I got from my brother told me about Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka says the reason why she did that because she feel like Natalya is trying to take all the spotlight because of who her family is.
Well, you remember Kairi Sane as well as Asuka are already in a feud with Natalya.
No, I'm talking about that's what Asuka says. She feel like because that Natalya is trying to take all the spotlight because of her uncle Owen, her uncle Brett, her uncle.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm just mentioning the fact that the last few weeks they've been having matches with Kairi Sane and Asuka. I mean Natalya. And through all this time that this is happening, Shayna Baszler is just laughing and giggling, and here comes Becky. And they have to break them up before it breaks down. Because they are ready. Oh, by the way, Asuka told her after she shoved Natalya, she flat out said, Shayna Baszler, bite me. She dared her to bite her. I was like, okay. Ooh, she got in the face of this girl. I didn't see that. That sucks. So after that calmed down between the women's matches in the future of Elimination Chamber, we would then have
Angelo Dawkins versus Raw Tag Team Champion Murphy.
It would be interesting because they took away Buddy Murphy's name. It's just Murphy now. That was like, what?
That's what WWE been doing for years, and they still do it to this day.
Well, this match was pretty interesting to say the least, but was disappointed thanks to the interference. After being hit by a spine buster, apparently that's going to be his signature move of Angelo Dawkins. Seth Rollins comes in, stomps on his gut, and making it a disqualification for the win for the Street Profits. In which case, his partner comes in and says that thanks to the whooping they gave him last week, they took away Buddy's first name. Is how bad, because they couldn't recognize him. And then we had the next match.
Raw Tag Team Champion Seth Rollins versus Montez Ford.
Montez Ford, who made that statement, is calling out Seth Rollins, and the match immediately comes after that. In which case, they throw out everybody else. The referee, he throws out the... It's pretty interesting. They throw out everybody, including Angelo Dawkins. So it's just them two, in which case Seth Rollins proves why he is a former Universal Champion and multi-time champion. He just Montez Ford.
No, don't say Universal Champion, WWE Champion.
Oh, the Universal Champion too. Remember? He beat Brock.
But I'm saying if you're on Raw, you can't say that.
No, I'm mentioning his past record. I'll say it because we on a Raw.
Yeah.
We mentioning straight up. Next up,
the Viper, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
You saw that match, right?
Yeah.
That was some BS. So during the match, we would have all the disciples of Seth Rollins, including Seth Rollins himself, around the ring because they have issues with Kevin Owens. And here comes the Viking Raiders as well as the Street Profits to back them up. They're all taken out of the equation except for Seth Rollins. He's still in the arena, taunting Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens gets sideswiped. In which case, in this match, it turns into an interesting concept. Because the fact that when Kevin Owens is thrown onto the ring and Randy Orton covers, the referee does one hell of a fast pin count, like pop, pop, pop. We're like, what? We're all confused. What the hell is going on? And during this, we would see Kevin Owens telling him, listen to his instincts. And he's trying to take out Kevin Owens like he did Matt Hardy and Edge. But Kevin Owens quickly gets up with the adrenaline spiking, and he takes the same chair that he was laying his head on and trying to go in a sword battle with, or chair sword battle with Kevin Owens. But the referee jacks the chair.
Chair fight.
Yeah, chair fight. There you go. Jacks the freaking chair out of his hands. And Randy Orton is like, nah, you know what? Screw this. Because he's not liking how this is going. And now the attentions of Kevin Owens goes onto referee as to what the hell as Seth Rollins gets away. He's on stage and he's saying, don't blame this on me. I don't know who that is. I barely met him today. He goes and rips the shirt, the showcasing underneath the referee outfit is one of Seth Rollins' t-shirt. And he is a disciple or a big fan or follower, believer, however you want to put it, of Seth Rollins, the Messiah of None and Might Not. So he goes and hits him with the chair. And then he pulls out the table and throws him in there. So this is definitely getting interesting now that we got to worry about the rebellion. I don't know. It sounds like a freaking Star Wars script. It's like Darth Seth Rollins versus the rebels. That's what it sounds like.
No,
That's what it sounds like.
Seth. The Sith.
Sith Rollins. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins.
And the Sith versus the rebellion.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right. Seth Rollins and Sith Rollins.
No, I was going to say it's the Seth Rollins and the Sith, which means Buddy Murphy and the AOP.
No, that makes him the freaking
the Sith
stormtroopers.
Bro.
Some big stormtroopers.
No, the Sith are stormtroopers, bro. You got the stormtroopers and the people who work under with them. That's together. That's Sith. You put that together. That's Sith.
Well, apparently he's got some freaking followers, and we got it increasing. This is just going to be an all-out civil war on Monday Night Raw. That's what it's turning out to be. So I don't know if this is some Star Wars crap, but it's a civil war nonetheless going on Monday Night Raw. And how big is this going to get? I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. So
he's more like Rollins is more like Kylo Ren.
He's
I'll say no, but to me, the Darth Vader is Triple H.
Man. Oh, shut up. Don't bring Triple H into this. Nah.
I always thought that for real.
Don't bring in Triple H.
I always did thought that for real.
Do not bring him in a cow going,
I always thought.
Use it.
Why
use it.
Big fat nose. When he was a heel, Triple H was a heel, he always taught Seth Rollins, be the Seth Rollins that I know. Be the architect.
No. Shut up.
Be the evil man.
No. I was right. You just proved my point. I was right. It's a Star Wars. It's a Star Wars skit.
How you think Triple H is talking about Vince McMahon? Vince McMahon said the same thing to Triple H. Triple H said the same thing to Seth Rollins.
God damn it. Let's move on.
I was already done.
I know.
I was already done, so.
No. It's just that's the end of the show on Monday Night Raw. Move on to freaking 26 of NXT. So while he's doing that, a shout out to our boys, the rest of the Heaven Monsters podcast. This is fucking bullshit. We got Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to Chris Petrie, Renee, Farrell, Andre Mitchell, Delvin, and our boy T-Money here. In which case, did I say it right? Farrell, Renee, Chris Petrie, Delvin. Yeah. As far as backstage, we would have the Bella twins on there talking about this, talking about that. Mark Henry is also another host of the show as well, one of the main four. And they would also do baby training. That was funny. They did baby training. Mark Henry won.
Joe Twitch and Darth Vader. outfit.
Oh, fuck you! Show that to them. Fuck you. Darth Vader. He's Palpatine. He's Palpatine.
No,
He's Palpatine.
No.
Because he's the one. He's the one influencing him.
No. Skull Darth Vader.
No, Skull Darth Palpatine. Because think about it, Darth Vader wasn't the ruler. Palpatine was. He's the king of kings.
But here's the thing.
Palpatine.
They did make fun of Triple H, so I don't know if you saw this.
Show that. Oh my God. Show that. Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God. I knew that. That'd be like that bird from Angry Birds too. Oh my God. We gotta stop. This is getting too much. Man, it's like a freaking Star Wars WWE comic book crossover.
Hey, they did one of the figure.
I know. It was even supposed to be talk about Gladiator John Cena.
And they did one with their Ninja
I was seeing that.
And they did one with their Ninja Turtles.
Oh. Are you kidding me? I gotta look at that up. Anyway, go look up NXT. There we go. What's NXT? Golly, man, you got me tripping balls.
And they did one with their zombies.
So this is a speed run because of 26 minutes in. So we start the show with Cameron Grimes going up against Dominic Dozovic. In which case, this match ends questionably in the favor of Cameron Grimes winning the match. We would have the fact that Damian Priest, without the referee knowing, assault Dominic Dozovic. So we got 3 contenders. Well, technically they were the 3 contenders for the North American Championship. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, as I was saying, before Keith Lee became North American Champion, he, along with these other 3 competitors, were running into there we go.
Hello?
So, this was interesting to see. These 3 guys are now in a triangle feud to get to the Keith Lee. That's interesting. Once again, they are Dominic Dozovic, Cameron Grimes, as well as Damian Priest. And he said it in an interview while walking out that he wants that North American title. And Cameron Grimes just got the drop on Dominic Dozovic thanks to Damian Priest. So where this go, I don't know. Next up, we have your favorite on NXT, Finn Balor, making a statement that he is planning on making first and champs. And who is he going to go up against at the road to WrestleMania? Says he did Japan, he did Mexico, he did NXT, and he did NXT title. So what's next? He beat Matt Riddle, he beat Johnny Gargano, and he beat the Dragunov.
See, I told you what Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Ms. Man said. The reason why NXT is so good because of Finn Balor.
But then, 2 members of Imperium show up to state that he hasn't done everything, including the fact that that's another thing he mentioned. Universal title belt, done that. He didn't win it, but he made it relevant.
He did win it though.
When?
Like 2006. 16.
I was about to say, what the hell are you talking about?
And plus, he also did the Intercontinental.
Yeah, United States, he said all that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. With Imperium, they mentioned one thing, that he's never beaten for the NXT UK title. As well as he's never beaten the real UK NXT champion Walter. Which is true. He's never beaten a Walter. So that's going to be interesting. That's literally a decoration.
But here's the thing, will he go for that title though? That's what.
Yeah, it looks like it because Imperium just whooped his ass.
But We have to,
2-on-1.
I'm saying that you don't know until you hear him say it, though.
He's about to if Imperium made a statement like that. Next up, we have... What do you pronounce that? The Chinese woman wrestler.
Zhang Li.
Zhang Li goes up against Mia Yim. Ultimately, to have Raquel Gonzalez representing Dakota Kai attack her, thus ending in disqualification. In which case, how you pronounce it again? See, I'm having problems.
Raquel.
No. Chinese one.
Zhang Li.
Zhang Li gets a win by disqualification since she attacked her first. In which case, she went to defend her, but she attacked. Raquel just freaking destroys them both. Dakota Kai is stating that she is going to take over the women's division. That's going to be interesting to see. Next up, we have Tommaso Ciampa going against Austin Theory. In which case, this match is the victory of Tommaso Ciampa, and we had one hell of a fight. Tommaso Ciampa got the win, fair and square, but then is jumped by Johnny Gargano. And it would be interesting because he's sitting there on the ramp with Tommaso laid out on the ramp, not on the ramp, the side of the ring. And the cameras back up to showcase the next NXT TakeOver image. So now we have an understanding that these two are going to have a match at the next NXT TakeOver, which will be the night before WrestleMania. This is going to be good, bro. Mm-hmm. Who are you hoping to win? Ciampa or Gargano?
Ciampa.
Next up, we have
Ciampa. That's
Tommaso Ciampa.
That's how they pronounce it.
Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa.
Why they call it? Why they say on NXT Ciampa? Because Ciampa.
That's how I hear it. Tommaso Ciampa.
There's no H on it, though.
We have a big boys match. Big boys?
Sergio's favorite wrestler.
Yeah. I mean, it's Killian Dane going against Bronson Reed. This match would be pretty much a powerhouse, but at the end of the day, we would have Killian Dane winning with two sentons after a superplex and a Vader bomb, which means a splash from the corner rope, and wins. I don't know. Next up, we have the grizzled young veterans going against the Forgotten Sons, and for once, the Forgotten Sons are now a babyface thanks to the fact that the young veterans are taunting. And dude, I want to be mad at this, but damn, that does sound right. Fuck. They make fun of America, saying it's filled with nothing but rednecks, white trash, and blue-collar hooligans going around and saying that the greatest country in the whole world. And he says that sounds about right because red, white, and blue. I was like,
But see, they're the fourth tag team that's ever said that. Because the ones that said that back in the day was Team Canada and the Un-Americans, La Resistance. And now they're the fourth.
Yep. In which case, the Forgotten Sons are really not happy about it. But throughout their tag team match, sadly to say, even with the third member of the Forgotten Sons in the corner, the grizzled young veterans proved their worth, winning the match fair and square. It was like, damn. So this is not over just for that kind of storyline that gets everybody hyped on wanting to see the young veterans get their just desserts for that insult. They can't just let them get away with it. Next up, we have the main event, the match that really spoke out last week with Bianca Belair calling out Charlotte Flair in the middle of somebody else's match. And it says, I'm going to, I don't know if she said, I'm going to whoop that ass. I'm going to own that ass. I'm going to tap that ass. I'm like, okay, the last part, tap that ass. I don't know. Okay. Either which way, Charlotte Flair gives her one hell of a match, and it ends in this fight-order fashion. Right out of the get-go, we would see Bianca Belair hit Charlotte Flair with a spear, but here comes Charlotte Flair, not phased one bit, hitting her with her own spear, and then hits her with the select choice, and wins the match. And it doesn't even stop there. No, she's got to get the chair, put her in the leg, and here comes Rhea Ripley, not too fast, I might add, to a point that she's already bam, 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 bam. And Rhea Ripley is like doing her signature stomp on stage, and this all happened, and then she runs. And the damage is already done. And Charlotte Flair is out of there, getting out of the dickens. So Charlotte Flair puts it, I hate to say this for Bianca Belair, because everybody was rooting for Bianca Belair, even telling Charlotte Flair, you don't go here. It was like, everybody was on Bianca Belair's side, calling her EST. Oh, Charlotte Flair earns her worth, multi-time women's champion, this year's Royal Rumble winner, just all out. Damn, she proves it and puts Bianca Belair, like it or not, in her place. Now, losing to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Hold up. In which case, that's the end of the show. In which case, Rhea Ripley is just fed up and they just cut. How was your take on that, bro?
I didn't much care for both of them.
Alright, you ready to end this? Because he's got to go. In which case, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, like the content. Hit that notification bell for the next Heaven's Monsters podcast. Will be at my place as usual. I don't know who's going to be there, but I'm going to shout out to my boys and find out who. In which case, we'll see you then.
Bye.
I'm SergDragon. This is T-Money. Peace out.
Bye. You watch my